travel a lot. I found myself looking over a city. I was on a mountaintop, and there was a working farm there, a small working farm, an educational farm. It was built by the folks of that region in order to teach the kids in elementary school and middle school about what farm life and agriculture is like, because most of the state is agricultural, and these kids lived in the city, and they wanted them to know what it was like. And so I asked the folks who put it together, what did they think of how it was working? And they said it was working well, and it was more important than they realized when they were noticing that a number of the children didn't know that an egg came from a chicken. All right. I was just in Elgin last night. I've been in Waukegan. I've been in Philadelphia, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, everywhere I've performed. I tell that story, okay? I tell people that children, American children, born and raised here, don't know that an egg comes from a buck, 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 buck. The reaction I get is the same reaction I got tonight. Fucking nothing. I find that kind of, well, appalling. I would think, from the time I started telling this story, when I first heard it, I was shocked. I thought I will tell this to others. They will be shocked. But no, you're not shocked. There was no sense of shock in this room. It was almost as if the same story as sitting in the toilet looking at the bathroom thing. No. No shock. They have broken you. The last 30 years has so broken the American people in their spirit. I told you something horrifying, and your reaction was, yeah, what else is new? Add it to the list. I just thought the people were still singing Old MacDonald Had a Farm. That's what I thought. That's how I learned it. With a chick here and a chick there. Here a chick, there a chick. Everywhere there was a fucking chick. But I guess Old MacDonald lost his subsidy. I don't care. I love that joke. It's unbelievable. If I had a child, but it should be obvious to many of you why that hasn't fucking come to pass. If I had a child, my child would know where an egg came from. I dress up in a chicken outfit. Because that's how much I love my child. And then I take that egg and I put it right between the cheeks of my ass. And I get down like this. I go, here's where an egg comes from. It comes from a chicken. And I drop the egg. And the egg goes splat. And me and the kid go, ah. And then when my child was taken away by child services and went from one foster home to another, at least my child would know, where a fucking egg came from. There was a young girl who arrived, college sophomore. She wanted to work there as an intern. They had a cow there, a mechanical cow. Kids could learn, they could milk it, so kids knew where milk came from. And also, I guess, so they knew what a cow was, so in case there was in a field and there was a bull, they didn't run up and grab its cock. She went there, she looked at the cow, then looked at the people and said, is that a cow? She's not working there as an intern. Nope. But you should know when you order your coffee and say, I'd like soy milk, I'd like almond milk, I'd like oat milk. That's the new milk. Fuck you, oat milk. I'm gonna put oat milk on my oatmeal. Ooh, that'll be exciting. Almond milk, soy milk, oat milk, all of them, coconut milk, anything you squeeze to get white shit. When you ask for that milk, you're the reason that girl didn't know that was a fucking cow. Who's the person you most fondly remember telling to go fuck themselves, and what was the context? I can't even begin to go through all the people that I told to go fuck themselves. If people would always say, gee, your career, you got started in your career, it was really light. Well, yeah, and part of the reason was kids always ask me, what's an important lesson you could teach me? Don't tell anyone that you're having a meeting with to go fuck themselves, because apparently they take it seriously. And at the time, I thought I was really kind of pointing some things out. I would do it kind of underneath. There was an undertone, but every so often I told people to fuck themselves. I was a playwright, and I told someone who'd lost 2 copies of my play and wanted a third one. And after they'd lost the second play and wanted my third play, I did tell him to go fuck himself. Dr. AJ, who's hidden his name for obvious reasons, but I had not seen this, what he's talking about on TikTok. Good day, sir. Well, he's sucking up. I know this has been covered by TikTok, by another emergency room doctor, and I do not take credit for her rant or video. However, I think it bears repeating. I am an emergency room physician as well, and I concur that nothing accidentally goes into your butt. I can't tell you what joy it gave me to read that. The rectal sphincter is a one-way valve, and if there's a stopper on items inserted in the wrong direction, the penetrating item sinks past the sphincter into the colon abyss and must be manually retrieved, usually by a surgeon. All emergency personnel know that anal foreign objects didn't get there because you fell on it. It's okay to have your fun. We don't question your motives, but just know whatever excuses you have for something being in your rectum, we know the truth. No one falls on a toothbrush, door handle, shampoo bottle, gear shift. That hurt. Toy car, gerbil, or egg beater. I bet that's true. Nobody falls on those and says, oh, damn, I think it just went up my ass. Sincerely, every ER doctor, nurse, medic, and emergency professional. Thank you, Dr. AJ. Wow, that really is good. So, there's a little something I just wanted to pass on to you. An egg beater. I can't even, I just don't get it. I mean, you know, I mean, there are things designed for this, and you go, well, nah, I really need an egg beater. Who has fucking erotic thoughts about an egg beater? Who has an egg beater? I'm going to read this because I'd planned to kind of talk about how important what occurred here was while I was watching you on TV, how major it was, how I don't know, and I think you do, but I don't know if you know that it was how you turned things around, how that you were the first group who finally said, too much. I would have gone on about this, and it's a bit serious, and if I had any brains, I would have read this, and then the one I just talked about, the cooch. But I'd rather leave you with this. Comes to us from Paul Newman. Is that really your name? I don't know. So he's here tonight with his daughter. I'm here, Louis, in the audience tonight with my daughter, and wanted to touch on one of your favorite topics, Minnesota winters. So here's a heartfelt cry of fuck Minnesota winter, and fuck this past winter, and especially, and more specifically, fuck ice. You want to know what Minneapolis gave us this winter? Not snow. No snow would have been a fucking festival. Snow is soft. Snow is friendly. Snow is the Minnesota hug of precipitation. It's the tater tot hot dish of weather. It's comforting, familiar, and only dangerous if you eat too much of the yellow kind. But this winter gave us ice. This winter, we not only had to deal with the stuff under your feet trying to kill you, we also had to deal with the metaphorical kind of ice, which was literally threatening to kill you. Ice on the sidewalks, ice on the roads, ice on the inside of my favorite restaurants and businesses, which should be physically impossible unless the laws of thermodynamics have just given up and said, fuck this. But this wasn't the ice we Minnesotans have come to love. It wasn't the warm, sensible, it's 20 below zero kind, or the kind you find on the hockey rink. No, this ice was made up of untrained mobs, masked, J6 thugs marauding through our city as if they belonged here, demanding papers, please, if you didn't look like them, kicking down people's doors with guns drawn and warrants nowhere to be seen, claiming to be defending democracy while also taking out 3 innocent civilians like they were playing a video game. It was as if they'd never heard of Minnesota nice. And through all of it, the Constitution, the real one, was illegally detained somewhere in a secret detention center where nobody knew where to find it, where countless of our neighbors were dying with nobody to save them. But here's the thing about us Minnesotans. People talk about Minnesota nice, like it's just smiling politely while some fucker cuts in line at the state fair. No, Minnesota nice is what you see on the surface. Underneath that, we've got a collective spine made of fucking rebar and passive-aggressive fury. There's a reason outsiders refer to it as Minnesota ice. Coincidence? Maybe, but maybe not. Because when things get bad, when the ice is trying to break our hips and the government-sanctioned chaos is trying to break our spirit, we don't fall apart. We band together. We shovel each other's sidewalks. We check on our neighbors. We show up with hot dish like it's tactical support. We get organized. We get loud, we get stubborn in that uniquely Minnesotan way. And we don't give a flying fuck if it's 20 below, with or without fur on our nuts. Collectively, we say no, absolutely not on our watch, and we kick ice the fuck out of our city. Because you can throw ice at us, the frozen kind, or the federal government kind, and we'll still be here, standing shoulder to shoulder, refusing to let our communities be pushed around. We've survived winters that make other states declare a national fucking emergency. That's true. We've survived mosquitoes the size of small aircraft, and we've survived this too. Minnesota Nice isn't weakness. It's a quiet, relentless solidarity. And when we all pull together, it stops being nice at all. It becomes something powerful enough to melt any ice you throw at us. We hope the rest of the country was paying attention. That's from Paul and Juliet, Minneapolis, Minnesota. I know that I was paying attention. That's for sure. Thank you. Love you. Good night.